Scoot over a little bit. Yeah, you're a little bit close on camera there.
He's trying to get away from me.
Yeah. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Look who it is.
It's the man, the legend.
Len Wells is here. I'm just
friend of those who have no friends.
Friend of those who have no friends. However many other things going along with that. He's a gentleman farmer. He's an editor. He's a newsman. I've got him as a newsman on the Chiron today.
Thank you.
And well, yeah, that's what. See, I was trying to think if I should put newspaperman, which you are now.
Yes.
But you have been a newsman in radio and television in prior lives.
That's true. I think a newspaper man would be good.
Newspaperman? Well, yeah. I've got you as newsman.
I deliver papers on the weekend and holidays.
I'm not changing it. Good morning, Len.
Thank you.
Folks, you are watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on this gorgeous Thursday, January 21st. A little bit chilly outside, but it's nice and warm in here. Hope you're all doing very well. What is going on in and around the area for you today? I've got one thing. Usually I forget that I always leave you on here.
Well, sometimes I know these things before you do.
Yeah, actually, I only have one.
What?
I only have one item today.
Is it something good, I hope? Does it involve the moose, the Eagles,
no,
the church?
No.
None of the above?
None of the above, no.
No fraternal organization?
This is one of your favorites.
Glory! No?
The next meeting of the Wayne County Historical Society is this evening at 6 o'clock in the conference room of the Fairfield Public Library.
Yeah.
Please enter from the alley into
Yeah, they don't want anybody seeing you go in the front door. And you don't want to be seen going in there either.
Into the Early History Museum because they are allowed up to 25 folks to attend. And
which
please
is about what they get on a regular meeting.
Please continue to wear masks during the meeting. I just know that you're a big fan of the Wayne County Historical Society.
Is Judith Puckett still involved in that? I would hope.
I believe she's emeritus.
She's a sweetheart. I really like. She's a smart lady, and written a lot of good stuff.
The Wrathy ladies are heavily involved in that now.
Isn't that wonderful? They're just so wonderful. Kind.
They do great work.
Yeah. Isn't one of them doesn't one of them play the French horn, or did they both play the French horn?
I thought
they were musicians. I thought they were both musicians.
Maybe one of them plays the accordion or something.
Accordion.
The other one plays the French horn.
That was just a dream of mine. No, I mean the Wraithies. Yes, because I've seen them out there together getting the thing ready for the open.
Well, they do the Hannah House.
Yes, they do. That's what I meant.
They run the Hannah House Museum.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they
did a great job.
They do an outstanding job. So yeah,
you've had them as guests, haven't you?
A couple, 3 times, yeah. I've had them several times as guests on the radio, but on television probably only 2 or 3 times. But,
great. Anyway, so that's when?
That is tonight.
Tonight?
At 6
this
p.m.
Evening, Thursday evening.
You're going to be able to make that.
Probably not. I got this one toenail that's been bothering me.
This is also, ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy National Granola Bar Day.
Oh, that is dreadful.
Isn't that the worst?
It's awful.
Each year on January 21st, National Granola Bar Day recognizes the considerable nutrition and energy found in one wholesome granola bar. A basic granola bar includes whole grain, usually oats, though quinoa and barley can be used as well. Fruits or nuts and honey, molasses, agave nectar, and syrup.
You know what they're missing in that? And you got more to go. Is there tree bark in there somewhere?
There's no tree bark.
There should be.
No tree bark.
Sawdust.
The bar can include butter or nut butter.
Well,
flavor.
You can get that at CVS.
I think you can.
Yeah, nut butter, sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. When making granola bars, you mix the ingredients, you press them into a pan. When they get set, you cut them into bars. And for a crispy bar, the mixture is baked. Softer, more chewy versions are left raw and only partially cooked.
Yes. And then the next step in that is to pitch them out in the backyard. And hope the dogs don't choke on them.
Let the chickens eat them.
Oh, dear. I have a chicken story later. But
I hope you do.
I do.
Outside the United States, granola bars are typically called by various names. Flapjacks, which...
No.
That's what they're called maybe in other countries.
That's terrible.
Muesli, like mueslix.
As in mueslix?
Yeah.
Oh.
Cereal bars.
No, they're terrible. They're
you know who
dreadful.
sponsors? Well, I don't know if
They're not one of your fine sponsors, I hope.
They are no.
Good.
But I had a picture. I'm not going to show it because it was
Gross.
But it was a sticky bar. You know who sponsored the picture and one of the main sponsors of Granola Bar Day?
No. Nestle?
National Orthodonture Association.
Oh, goodness, yes. If you've got any kind of appliance in your mouth at all, it'll come out with a granola bar.
Oh, yeah.
You'll
Granola
either break
bars.
or just fall completely out.
There you go.
Terrible.
This is also National January 21st is also National Hugging Day, Len.
Bruce.
Well, I've got,
Later.
I'll wait
We'll
till
do
we
that.
get
We'll do that
put
on
it
a break.
camera. I've got the kids up there
We're
right
not
now.
going to do a kiss camera.
No.
Okay.
National Hugging
Oh, you
Day
said
occurs January 21st, officially recognized by the United States Copyright Office.
Really?
But it's not a public holiday.
What? That explains, well, apparently you didn't give this memo to the ladies at the front desk.
Really?
But one of them slapped me when you get away from me.
I told them you were coming.
But apparently they didn't get the message about being the National Hugging Day. They don't know me, so I hugged them and one of them slapped me. But that's okay. They're nice ladies.
They are nice
Very
ladies.
nice ladies.
Yeah, leave those ladies
Most
alone.
of the mark's gone now.
See, I've got dogs up there on National Hugging Day for crying out
Aw.
loud. Whether you're hugging a family member or a stranger, the mental and physical health benefits are the same. From the day we were born, hugs or touch improve our sleep. Hugging, like cuddling, releases oxytocin.
Really?
Yeah.
You can get that at CVS too.
On its own, this hormone is this feel-good hormone. Wait a minute. This hormone provides tremendous health benefits. Not only does it give us a feel-good hormone, but it also reduces pain.
Well, come outside. Isn't that great?
That is wonderful.
Well, we'll just hug all the way home then.
We'll
hug
give
myself.
we'll give each other big hugs later. Too.
Yeah.
I was going to hug you on camera here.
No. You stay away
But I've
from
got
it.
stuff
Well, there's a reason why I want you to stay away.
Well,
And we'll talk about that.
It's a social distancing show.
That's part of it. And then I'll get into a press release that the Wayne County Health Department put out yesterday. Did you see it?
I did see that, but I thought I thought it had to be a fake. I thought it was a joke. It was real.
I think so. We'll talk about that. But there's some funny stuff going on in Wayne County. Some people are hacking some things, so we got to be careful about that.
Stuff. Give how do you observe National Hugging Day? Give somebody a big hug, of course.
Sure.
Or if you need one, ask for a hug and reap the benefits.
Sure.
You can also give a mental hug.
A mental hug?
Let someone know you care by sending warm, cheerful words of encouragement. Boost their joy.
Excuse me.
By letting them know how much they mean to you. Sorry, Rudy. How much they mean to you with a verbal hug, or until you can give them.
I got that one.
I'm glad you did.
Rudy.
Or you can give them
start
the real
leaking
one.
down my.
This holiday was founded by the Reverend Kevin Zaborny in 1986.
Has he got his preaching license back yet?
I'm sure he's working on the.
I would hope so.
1986.
It's that young. It's a pretty new holiday then.
35 years, I guess.
That's not bad. That's a lot of hugging.
That's plenty of hugging, man.
Sure.
That's exactly right. This is also, I love this, and you'll like this one. This is Squirrel Appreciation Day.
That is disgusting.
I like squirrels. The squirrel on January 21st, Squirrel Appreciation Day recognizes a critter some consider a pest, others see as just fascinating.
Yeah.
Christy Hargrove, who created it, she's a wildlife rehabilitator in North Carolina. She's affiliated with the Western North Carolina Nature Center. According to Christy, celebration of the event itself is up to the individual or group. Anything from putting out extra food for the squirrels to learning something new about the species.
Oh, yeah.
You
like
wanna
how
learn
to cook them? there's just something new.
I don't know that I've ever eaten.
Oh, I've had squirrel. My dad, we grew up on squirrel and rabbit. I didn't care for it. The tails are too chewy.
There are 3 types of squirrels.
Yeah.
Ground squirrels. Which
you put into a blender.
You don't see ground squirrels around here.
You don't?
No.
They're prominent in the Washington D.C.
They're
area.
out west.
That's what I said.
Out Washington.
That other Washington.
The other Washington. The rock squirrel, California ground squirrel, many others blanket the prairies and deserts of North America, often causing damage. They earn the name of pest.
Yes, they do, because they're a rodent.
They are a rodent. That's exactly
If you were to trim their bushy tail off. That's a rat. Is what that looks like.
There you go. Predators enjoy them as a tasty morsel.
Mostly
as well.
cats love them.
Yeah, I do have. I have a lot of squirrels in my neighborhood now because we have fewer cats than we've ever had. Tree squirrels make their homes in the trees. That's what you.
Well, I wonder why you call it that. Boy, you're smart, Bruce.
I am smart.
Tree squirrel.
I feel smart.
Condominium squirrel or something.
Condo squirrels. They also find their nesting materials and food on the ground and above, making their homes in cities and the countryside in nations all around the globe. The third type of squirrel, do you have any of these out in mill shows? Do you have the flying squirrels?
No, but I have a friend who has seen one, so I think they do exist.
Well, make me friend number 2.
That's right, you had one, didn't you?
We've had 2 in the house.
In the house?
We've had 2 in the house. We had a cat.
Did you dispatch it?
I was able to get it outside.
Oh, that's good. So
yeah, we were able to get both of them outside before
you shot them.
Those things are little.
Yeah, they are tiny.
Yeah,
but they got little funky looking wing deals.
A lot smaller than your regular types of squirrels. Yeah, but I do appreciate the flying squirrels as well as.
And then one neat bit of trivia about squirrels: when does summer start? I mean,
June 21st.
June 21st, 22nd.
Yeah.
And usually about that time of the year, you'll find squirrels out there that you'll know summer's there because they're out there fanning their nuts that they have collected over the spring. They're out there, because it's hot. Summer.
There you
now
go.
you know.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Squirrel Appreciation Day was started. She started this in 2001. So
that's a new one too.
This has been around a long time. That's not new. That's 20 years.
That's terrible.
That's 20 years.
But you've never eaten squirrel that you know of?
I've eaten rabbit several times.
I have too.
I've never eaten squirrel. I have. I've seen. Actually, we were in a
my dad
farmer's market.
They sold
only 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we saw a beaver. They had beaver for sale, beaver meat, raccoon meat, and squirrel meat.
I'm not sure I'd want raccoons.
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't want.
They're pretty much like garbage disposals.
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't want any of those.
But they, different strokes for different folks.
What's on TV, folks? What do you want to see tonight? NBA basketball doubleheader on TNT. The LA Lakers at the Milwaukee Bucks at 6:30. They'll be followed by the Pelicans at the Utah Jazz.
Who's the Pelicans? I'm sorry.
New Orleans.
Thank you. Oh, good. I love New Orleans.
That's at 9.
That was a good football game too by the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, that wasn't that good.
That's right, Cleveland.
No, wasn't that good for Cleveland either. I don't like Tampa Bay.
Oh, I see. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
NHL hockey doubleheader tonight as well. Speaking of Tampa Bay, the Lightning take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, do you know what the Columbus Blue Jackets are?
No, I don't.
Named after their Civil War company.
That's a naval thing, isn't it, or not?
No, it was a Blue Jacket Army Civil War.
I did not know that because the Navy has the Blue Jacket manual. That's the reason I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
no,
Blue Jacket manual, which is
not a whole lot of water in Columbus.
Probably not. No.
That's at 6 o'clock.
Landlocked.
8:30, followed by it'll be the Montreal Canadiens, Le Canadien versus the Vancouver Canucks. Those are both NBC Sports Network, channel 216. Tons of NCAA college basketball. Rutgers at Penn State on Big Ten Network. That's channel 600 at 6. On Fox Sports 1, the one most folks around here will want to watch, although it may not be very good. Indiana is at Iowa at 8 o'clock on Fox Sports 1.
Is Iowa, favored in that?
Iowa is the number 4 team in the country.
I see.
Indiana has
Purdue beat number 15
Ohio State
here just the other day.
Something Illinois could not do. So
I understand.
But
I'm kind of rooting for the Boilermakers myself.
There you go. Well,
got a daughter that graduated from there.
How about that?
Yeah.
Well, there's all kinds of other basketball I'll tell you about here, maybe eventually over the course of the day, but maybe not. That is Len Wells. I am Bruce Dickey. We'll be back right after this. Do stick around. Dead microphones.
Aren't you?
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lemon Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Hey folks, welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. My guest today is Len Wells, as we're going to talk about heaven knows what.
Well, show press was, are you going to make it or not?
When are you going to get here? No, that's not true at all. That's not true at all. But
Bruce has faith in me, and I'm not to let you down yet.
I knew you were going to be here. See, that's the thing.
Came in on two wheels.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are shooting this actually on January 20th, the day before it will air on Wabash.
Which just happens a lot in broadcast.
It happens a lot. We were doing this a little bit early, but the reason I say that is we're shooting it earlier in the day than you and I usually shoot these things.
That's true.
So, I mean,
thanks for putting me up in the motel so I would be here on time. Thank you again.
I mean, that's part of the gig.
I know. And then the $500 stipend is very nice.
Well, you know, that in addition to expenses.
Exactly. Thank you very much. And thanks, Wabash Television.
I'll tell all the
WCTU TV.
It's Catch TV.
Catch, member FDIC. Wait a minute. Catch TV. Right there.
Catch TV. Get it right.
Wonder where I could find that.
wonder how you can figure that out.
Anyway, just delighted to be back as a guest. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for being here. That's, ladies and gentlemen, it's Len Wells, in case you didn't know. All right. Len, you are a newsman.
Have been for over 50 years.
Have been over?
Over 50 years, yes, sir.
Does that count? Your FBI stuff counts as being a newsman? When did you start? Are you good at math?
I started news business when I was like 17, 18.
Oh, that was when you were working at the newspaper, putting the...
Yeah, everything. Taking pictures and printing, and that's still a news business.
You've been a news... I was thinking...
My FBI career was pretty short because I got flooded out. That's a whole different story. I thought we told that story one time.
Yeah, we have.
But anyway, that was short, very short story.
No. You're a newsman. You've been in it for 50 years.
Yes, true. That's true.
I was thinking of this today. Usually, there's the old saying that the newspapers are the first draft of history, right?
Right.
and for that matter, newspapers now probably more like television and radio are the first drafts of history because they're live on sites. At what point does current events turn into history?
I think when an event touches just about every person in the nation in terms of an emotion, one way or another, yay raw or I'm sad and it broke my heart. I think when an event really impacts a wide number of American citizens, coast to coast, Canada to the Gulf. When an event happens that everybody stops and says, "Wow!" Whether it's a good wow or a sad wow, people stop and remember where they were when this happened. And I believe, if this is where we're going,
go ahead.
The events of January 6th will be one of those moments, in my personal opinion. And as a newsman, I believe that. I wrote a column about it. I believe it'll go down in history, along with 9/11 and along with the assassination of Kennedy.
Well, I wasn't around for Kennedy, but
I was in a PE class at the time. But go ahead.
No, I can tell you where I was for 9/11 and where I was for January 6th.
Yeah, I was on the air.
For 9/11?
For 9/11, I was on the air.
I bet you.
Radio.
I think you've told that story as well. Maybe
I had to go out of character to acknowledge what was going on. That was a bizarre day.
Oh, I
was in character and saw the events of what was going on. I had small television in the studio, and I could see something terrible was going on. I had to go out of my persona back into a news person from a on-air character. Correct. And that was difficult.
On January 6th, 2021, I was watching. I was watching the impeachment. Not the impeachment hearing. Pardon me. That wasn't the impeachment. That was the
election counting.
The electoral college, the counting of the electoral college votes. And I was watching that for about an hour and a half. And I watched the McConnell speech.
Sure.
And then I went to lunch. I get back in the car after lunch, and I just think, well, I'll click over. I never click over to the news channels because I just don't do that. I listen to sports.
Sure.
But I clicked over the news channels, and then I realized, oh my heavens, all heck is breaking loose.
It did.
I was in Xenia. I got back here and I watched probably about what I could between working, and it was just amazing.
It was amazing. My phone blew up. My kids, my daughter in Tennessee, my daughter in Alabama, my son in Evansville, my son in Denver, they're all texting me, "Are you watching this? Are you watching this?" And I had been watching just like you, on and off a little bit here and there, and then I was glued to the television. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Could not believe what I was seeing. And then after I wrote a column about it, I had people calling me, "Where did you get your information? That's not what happened. They let all these people in there. This was not a riot. This was not an insurrection. These were people, peaceful people that went in there, and there was just a few people that acted stupid." And I said, "What?" And I watched it with my own eyes. What I was seeing was not that.
Yeah.
And there were people that were still incredibly in denial as to what happened that day. But it'll go down in history as a giant black mark on this country, in my opinion.
It's an interesting thought process to me, and I always look at that. I always look at the process of things. That's to me what becomes history and what does not become history. What happened on January 5th? It's typically, or January 4th. That might, if somebody died or something, it'll be noticed. It'll make history books. Make a note. But what happened on January 6th is history. What happens today, January 20th, is going to be making history too. Because
not as big a. Yes, it will, sir. Absolutely will. But in terms of holy cow, what were you doing when Joe Biden was inaugurated? People around, I don't know, not too much, unless something dramatic happens, like January 6th, which I don't think will. Think so. I really don't. But my point is, January 6th, it's just like a flashing light. Wow.
Yeah. I tell you what, let's do this.
I want to tell you about that affidavit when we come back. But it's kind of interesting. An FBI affidavit.
He's got an FBI affidavit that is of interest, and we'll talk about that when we return. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Back to Len after this.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Scheid Diesel Service Company is your anything diesel full service center and fuel injection shop. Scheid Diesel offers the quickest turnaround times to get you back on the road. Scheid Diesel can service any diesel engine from agricultural, construction, heavy-duty truck, and automotive. Let Scheid rebuild your pump, injectors, or turbos. Need custom fuel lines? Scheid has you covered. With a drive-in service, they offer a variety of services, including oil changes, engine rebuilds, DOT inspections, and DPF cleanings. For unmatched quality, think Scheid Diesel Service Company. Anything diesel. Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lemon Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get ahead of the game at Carter Athletic Academy, where the goal is to transform you into the best young athlete you can be. Train for top performance in football, volleyball, soccer, baseball, and softball. Professional private lessons and clinics are always available with Carter Athletic Academy's expert training staff. Carter's exclusive Hit Track system brings skill development as well as exciting gameplay to batting cages. Plus, the Academy is the perfect spot for your special event or celebration. The Carter Athletic Academy in Fairfield. Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Len Wells is here, and we are talking about a wide variety of subjects today.
I don't want to get too serious, but there's some serious things that could be talked about.
Well, sure. I mean, we're not getting too serious, but I mean, it's news.
Sure.
And I know a lot of people like to look to you as someone who you've been a newsman for 50 years, so folks kind of listen occasionally. So you, as part of the insurrection, the riot,
whatever you want to
call it on the Capitol, the folks milling around, if that's how you want to put it. If that's
the way you want to look at it, then that's your business, not mine.
Tell me about this FBI thing you were able to
There was an affidavit that was unsealed yesterday, and an affidavit is something that a law enforcement person would swear and attest to that this is what I've investigated and this is what I've seen, and based upon this document.
And you're telling this basically to explain to folks that this was not just folks milling around and having
exactly, precisely. But anyway, this affidavit filed by a veteran FBI agent who was in charge of a specific part of this investigation filed the affidavit, and based upon the affidavit, 3 arrest warrants were issued for conspiracy. 3 different individuals, 2 men and a woman. And there's been a lot of other people arrested, but this just pertained to these 3 individuals that were charged with conspiracy. Okay? Mm-hmm. And what I wanted to mention about this is about a 24-page affidavit, and it contains some photographs as well as a basis for issuing an arrest warrant. It was all unsealed yesterday. And what the FBI and other investigators were able to do was to capture the communications between these 3 particular individuals in their days and hours leading to this event. Their discussions amongst each other, where they're going to stay in the night before, the day of, when they were going to do what, when they were going to move here, when they were going to do this, when they were going to do that, making sure they had all of their equipment And then they're discussing this back and forth. Some of it's on Facebook. Some of it's text messages. None of it's conversation. They didn't get that, but they had a lot of text messages and Facebook messaging back and forth to these people. And it just went into chapter and verse in great detail of the planning that went into this. And and they were even talking after they had gotten past the steps and into the Capitol building. They were talking to each other. Okay, we need to go down this hallway, and down there is where Pelosi's office is, and over here is where the Senate is. And they were doing all this discussion, all this communications back and forth from the days before all the way up to actually being on the floor of the U.S. House of Representatives and the Senate. They're talking back and forth. And to think for a moment that somebody wouldn't pull that up and use that as evidence against you at some point, you're not thinking very smart.
Yeah.
Because the FBI has tremendous resources
Right.
to get this stuff. And another thing they did is what they did, a geo-search. It's called a geo-search. You familiar with that? You get a warrant. Let's say something horrible happened in this building today.
Okay.
And it involved a lot of people.
Right.
The FBI can get a warrant, and it can tell them at a specific point of time in a day, within minutes, every cell phone that was in this area on that very moment. Okay? So right there you've identified everybody that was holding a cell phone that was within the building on that day at that time. So then you connect that with their social media, which they're talking to each other about because they're not smart enough not to do that. And then the next thing you know, you match those images from social media up to the images that they were taking of each other, and then you got a case. And so that's how they were able to run down a lot of these suspects. But in this affidavit, it just blew my mind at the planning that went into this, at least in certain areas.
You know, that's what some folks would.
This wasn't spontaneous, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, some folks think it was just a spontaneous action by folks who left a rally.
Yeah, left a rally and got riled up.
and
some of that did happen.
And so and probably 90. Sure. I bet you 90% probably.
Probably.
And then. Folks don't realize when mob mentality takes over. I've seen it.
In sports.
In sports, I've been there when it happens at a small level. I've never seen it at a level like in Washington, but I've seen people go ape.
Sure.
And a large amount of people go ape. Well, when you get 100 people or 50 or 100 people starting to go crazy, that escalates in a real hurry.
I predicted in a column that I wrote the day after the January 6th event that people will be tracked down, arrested. They have been.
Yeah.
And people will lose their jobs. And they have.
Yeah.
They have indeed. One was where was this? My mind's a little fuzzy right now, but there was a State Farm agent that was there. Guess how quickly he lost his job? Because, he's taking a picture of himself inside the building where everybody's beating on stuff and tearing stuff down and bragging about where he is. He was easily identified. There was a nurse from a hospital in Evansville fired from her job because
really?
She was wearing her ID from the hospital there.
I was going to say there was a truck driver from Maryland or something that they identified.
People will lose their job over this. Not every company wants to associate with that type of activity, is my point.
Well, that's the other thing. The owners of the companies who may or may not be of one political persuasion versus another political persuasion. Even if you are like a Republican Trump person, you don't want to associate with people who break it into the Capitol.
No. Now, do you want your client base to be nothing but those individuals and exclude everybody else? I would think not.
I would.
If you're selling peanut butter, you want to sell it to everybody.
That's what was it Michael Jordan said? Republicans buy sneakers too.
Yes, they do. But anyway, I wanted to throw that out there just to show, at least on the basis of this affidavit, how organized and coordinated
there were folks there who
went there for a reason.
That's right. We're going to take another quick break. Coming back, we might talk a little bit more local stuff. Yeah, so there's illness going around Fairfield.
There's illness in Wayne County.
All right.
And then there's some chicken business. Right back. Chicken business too.
We'll have chicken business. Back right after this. Stick around. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local hand-cooked tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our power brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Len Wells is here. We're just talking about all kinds of different things. Hope
Beautiful day.
Oh, yeah, gorgeous day.
It is. Yesterday was foggy. Did you have trouble getting to work yesterday?
I did have. Well, I'm glad you brought that
and some
up.
freezing fog too.
Because I was driving to work yesterday, and I drive 25, 30 miles over each way.
Yeah.
And you're driving along in bright sunshine.
Oh yeah,
bright sunshine, and then all of a sudden, kaboom! It was you couldn't see 50 yards in front of you.
And if you happen to be driving east with the sun coming up into the fog, it was terrible.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
That was awful. I made a run to Albion yesterday, and holy cow, it was awful. But anyway, we're all here, and that's what counts.
As part of what you do, and he's the editor for the Carmi Chronicle. You can find your stuff at carmichronicle.com.
Yeah.
And
the Navigator Journal.
Navigator also. Journal Register. Is the Register still on that?
I think so. I believe it is. And then you got the Prairie Post.
The Prairie Post. So you can find him online, or go to your local grocery store and pick up the papers, which I would suggest.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, buy several. They're small.
Buy a bunch in case you run out.
Maybe you have a fire to start somewhere.
How do you find your news? Do you have the little book underneath your desk or the little?
Oh, that's what I was told.
The folder
one morning
under your desk that has news in it.
I had a general manager ask me that one time.
Oh, really?
She came in one morning because she was going to work for me. I was going to have to be off for a few days. I'll come in and shadow you. And the first thing she asked, okay, where is it you get your news? Like, oh, it's over here. Yeah, this is where we get today's news. Over here is where we get tomorrow's news. Literally asked that morning, like at 5 o'clock in the morning. Where is it?
For that day's broadcast.
Where is it you get your news? Like there was a button I push, or maybe a fax machine that spits it out. Anyway, so your question again. I'm sorry.
You had some contacts. You have contacts
relationships.
Throughout relationships. yesterday evening or Tuesday evening, there was some news that started flowing through Facebook in Wayne County.
Wayne County,
and which I thought was, and until you mentioned it this morning, I thought it was a hoax.
A hoax? No.
A hoax.
I don't believe so.
This is not a hoax.
Okay, your health departments in various counties, they track and help people get treated for a lot of diseases. They get the kids immunized at a very young age.
Absolutely.
And they're right on the front line of this COVID-19 vaccination program and everything else. And they also track and document various STDs, as in sexually transmitted disease.
Right.
So the Wayne County Health Department, I guess, wanting to warn people that there's a problem out there and they need to be aware, is an outbreak of gonorrhea
in Wayne County.
I think they mention like 18 cases, or I believe it was 18 cases that were confirmed.
Very thoroughly.
And I haven't gotten a call yet to as a tracing or anything. I certainly hope I don't get that call.
Yeah, you don't want that
Mr. Wells, you may have been exposed. But dude, that's part of it, though. That is part of it, is tracking and tracing.
My only concern is this, and Wayne County is in the segment 5 or whatever you call it, the region 5.
Region 5, yeah, region Southern Illinois.
And region 5 just got moved up a level to less restrictive.
Correct. And then we get hit with gonorrhea.
How do you
Wayne County got hit with
get a gonorrhea outbreak during a pandemic? That's my question. I mean, it's a pandemic. You're supposed to be social distanced.
Well, there are too many people doing the dance of love without any protection, apparently. That's all I can figure. Did I say the dance of love?
Yes, you did.
Well, that's exactly what it is. Just irresponsible, I guess. And
it's a pandemic, though.
It just takes one.
It's a pandemic. You're not supposed to be near people. How do you date, for crying out loud, in a pandemic? Then?
Well, there are some people that don't think the pandemic is real, for one thing. And you do know that. Correct?
I do know that.
There are people that don't believe it. Yeah. And there are people that believe that masks are just stupid and nobody can tell you to wear one, and that's fine. But gonorrhea, well, it takes two to make that. Now, it does. It really does.
It takes participation.
It does. You get a participation medal for that.
Collaboration.
and some penicillin, I'd say.
How do you treat that?
I believe it is penicillin. It's very easily treatable, I believe.
Syphilis was penicillin.
I'm not sure. I've never had either. So.
I haven't either. It's something of which I am unfamiliar.
No.
Our hopes that the folks are able to.
I know it used to be a big problem in the military. When soldiers and sailors and airmen would go on leave in foreign countries and they'd come back. That's the first thing they'd say, okay. Check you for this and check you for that.
Start taking meds.
Yes, take meds. Make sure So yeah, that was in the news yesterday as well.
That's great.
Yeah, it's just right in the middle of a pandemic. You got a big gonorrhea outbreak. Blame it on the gonorrhea. There's a song in there somewhere.
There's a lot of songs.
There's a song in there.
Tell me, there was some other news yesterday about maybe a burglary of some kind.
No, it was a residential. Yeah, they called this a residential burglary. That's just kind of an.
See, I haven't listened. I got to tell you, I apologize. I haven't.
Well, you should.
I haven't listened to radio news, local radio news, other than WNOI, where my lovely wife works.
Oh yeah.
I haven't listened to that in my local county for maybe 3-4 years now.
Ditto.
Over 3 years.
Ditto.
So I don't listen to. I don't hear the local news things, and I'll read the paper occasionally. But there's so I count on you for keeping me up to date on what I need to know. This burglary yesterday is one of them.
Well, it came up. It came across my desk, and these are one of these cases where you look at it. Maybe I need to ask another question on this. Here was a guy that was arrested at about 8:45 in the evening at a particular house, and the charge was criminal trespass was the original charge, and anyway, it just when I looked at the booking sheet,
something was missing,
and so I shoot a little email off to the police chief. I said, "Can you provide a little more clarification on this? Perhaps the narrative that the officer wrote, because that tells you a whole lot more than just at a certain time so and so was arrested, he was taken to jail, da 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 da." So the narrative of the police officer sometimes is invaluable.
I'm sure it is.
So in this particular case, Happened on 3rd Street in Carmel, Illinois, 62821. This family was sitting there watching TV, having a good time, about 8:45 in the evening.
So it was after Wheel of Fortune.
After Wheel of Fortune, but these people were young, so they were still up.
Oh, okay. Hadn't gone to bed yet.
Hadn't gone to bed yet. And one of the members of the family said, I thought I heard somebody come in the house. And so they go to investigate. And when they went to investigate, they go out into the dining room, and here sits a guy with a blanket over his head, eating a bowl of Cocoa Puffs. And they don't know who this gentleman is.
Did he? Okay.
They said, "What are you doing
Was
here?"
he in the wrong house?
Well, I don't know.
He was clearly in the wrong house.
He was clearly in the wrong house. Now, whether he knew he was in the wrong house is debatable at this point. But anyway, so they said, "What are you doing in our house?" Excuse me. And the guy freaks. He said, "Oh, I've been caught." So he gets up, throws the blanket off, and runs out of the house. And they call 911. And the cops get there, and of course the guy's gone. So they do a quick search. Well, it turns out there is a screened-in building behind their house, kind of a, you know, like a little gazebo, something or another. And there he's sitting out there, passed out. And so the cops try to rouse him up, and they can't get him awake. So they just go ahead and handcuff him just for safety. And he wakes up. What's going on, man? And
it's been cold.
Oh, it's been cold. Well, that's why he had a blanket over him.
Yeah.
While he's eating the Cocoa Puffs. And so anyway, they arrest him, and he had cannabis on him, cannabis paraphernalia.
That's legal, though.
I'm not sure he had.
He maybe didn't have documentation.
I don't know if he did or he didn't, but the fact is he was under the influence of cannabis, and he had passed out. And so anyway, they took him off to jail, and the state's attorney did officially charge him with residential burglary, which is a Class 1 felony, which gets you 4 to 15.
Wait a second.
4 to 15 years.
Wow. He's not going to end up getting that, most likely, but...
Well, I debate that because I looked up his criminal history.
Oh, he has some?
Covers like 3 pages.
Oh.
All the way from back like 1998.
Oh, heavens.
Yeah, many felonies. So I'm thinking he might get teed up. I mean, if he's guilty. But he's currently in pretrial custody. And he's innocent until proven guilty.
Thank heavens he was.
But the theft charge comes from illegal taking of Cocoa Puffs. So, with that, I'm going to have a drink. theft under $500.
Theft under $500.
Cocoa Puffs.
He took Cocoa Puffs.
Mm-hmm. But it is theft. It was illegal taking. It wasn't his. Got it out of the pantry and he's Cocoa Puffs. You know, you get on pot, you get hungry. You get hungry.
Why didn't he just grab the Cocoa Puffs and walk out the door?
No, he wouldn't have any milk. You gotta have milk on your Cocoa Puffs, Bruce. Come on.
How do you know where the bowls were?
I guess he rummaged around in there enough that it kind of roused the suspicion of the neighbor or the resident that was watching TV. Is it? Well, I heard somebody getting the Cocoa Puffs out. What's going on?
Watching? Did you ask?
No, I didn't. I should have. A good reporter would have asked about that time. Probably Law and Order or something like that.
He's watching
kind of like
SVU or something.
But anyway, Mr. Stevens is his last name. He's the suspect. And he's currently in the pokey.
Alleged.
Oh, by the way, he made his first appearance via Zoom.
Yeah.
Could not complete the first appearance because he acted up and had to be returned to his cell. So they'll finish his first advisement of charges on the 25th. Mr. Stevens couldn't even make it through the first advisement.
That takes like 30 seconds.
Yeah. Well, the judge tells you what the charges are and the possible penalties. That's all. Yeah, he couldn't last that long. What are you going to do?
Oh, heavens.
Mr. Stevens, 38 years old, knows better.
Poor fella.
He just ain't right.
He just wanted Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah. I think if he'd asked for him, he'd have got him and not got in trouble.
You know what?
What?
He was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Good one.
We'll be right back after this. Stick around.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at carnabysquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
When it comes to your banking, you have as many options as colors in the crayon box. That's why you can bank your way at Teutopolis State Bank. What works best for you may be different from what works best for your neighbor. Teutopolis State Bank is built to serve all your banking needs, whether it's online banking, mobile check deposit, text banking, or just stopping in to see them at one of their 3 convenient locations. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender, it's Teutopolis State Bank. Banking made personal since 1913.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Le Mans Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose Auto Owners Insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Harrison Insurance in Louisville is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
But your nephew got...
No. We're hot mics now.
Is that right?
Yes.
Well, love your turkey feather thing back there.
Thank you very much. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Len Wells is here.
Probably need one of those great big on-air lights.
I probably do need a great big on-air light, don't I?
Are we okay, though?
Huh?
Are we okay, though?
I think so.
Don't have to edit anything?
No.
Good.
No, we'll be fine. No, that was not on air for the entire conversation.
I was telling you about Bob, and Bob was my grandfather's name. Bob Wells. Robert Wells. Bob.
Oh, is that right?
That's what I was talking about.
I didn't realize that.
I'm sorry.
Entirely.
We were just talking about genealogy.
Entirely, yeah. Genealogy.
Stuff.
There we go.
Looking up your family tree.
Speaking of, now I always change your. I always change your thing up there on the screen. Right now today it's newsman, like I said earlier.
Thank you.
I put gentleman farmer up there. I've had to retire. You're a gentleman farmer, but you are for temporarily outside of the farming business.
Well, as far as poultry is concerned.
Poultry. I was wondering,
poultry
you
producer.
usually bring eggs for me.
Well, unfortunately couldn't do it this time.
Well.
I could have stopped at the store and got you some, but.
That's okay. Why not?
Well, I've lost my chickens. My chickens are.
Really? This is not a euphemism.
No, I'm. No chickens, no eggs.
No chickens, no eggs.
So we had some company came over for a visit from out west, we'll say, Oklahoma. Right. That's out west.
Sure.
And they brought with them their cute little dog.
Wow.
He's not little, but he's a cattle dog, kind of a herding thing kind of dog.
Yeah, like one of those Australian type of dogs.
Yeah. Well, yaps a lot. But anyway, good outside dog. Nice dog. Well, I had excuse me. The day they arrived, they were supposed to be there around 5 or 6 in the evening. I usually put my chickens up before then. Well, they showed up about 4 hours earlier than I expected. My chickens weren't put up yet.
Oh, okay.
So here comes the dog. Turns out this is a chicken-killing dog.
How many chickens did you have?
I had an even dozen.
Okay.
I have none now.
So the dog, well, instead of killing and eating, he was just killing.
Chased them down and killed them. There are feathers everywhere. It wasn't a pretty picture. Oh, the humanity. And I'm trying to catch the dog. I'm trying to catch the chickens. And I'm trying my best to save
How long did this last? How long was the attack?
Well over an hour. And I'm trying.
You didn't realize that
chickens were hiding. Chickens were wounded chickens hiding under the deck.
Where was the owner of the dog to stop the madness?
This dog had tasted blood already.
Oh, no!
You'd holler his name and he'd just chickens. Finally, I get to eat chickens. I love chicken. This chicken tastes like chicken. So
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at your loss.
Well, I mean, it's my fault for not putting him up.
Well, you didn't.
Had I known that, I mean, I didn't know they were coming 4 hours early. That was my bad, and my wife tells me that every day. It was all your fault if you'd put the darn chicken.
And your wife tells you that as she's waiting for scrambled eggs.
No eggs. We got to go to the store and buy eggs now. So we're gonna start over again.
That's what I was going to ask. Are you?
And actually had 3 survived, and they've been turned over to a good friend who has chickens. And
yeah.
So 3 wasn't enough for me to keep, so I gave them to somebody who already has a bunch of chickens.
All right. So chickens. Typically, you folks start chickens. As I recall.
Peeps.
When Howard Tanner was running the store, he'd start, or for that matter, Brad Briscoe start selling the peeps here.
And Orscheln's just next door here.
Yeah, they'll start selling the peeps probably within about 2 months, right? It's a March or a April thing.
Yeah, you can get them. But anyway, and I'll get some more come towards spring and bring them up, and they'll be laying eggs probably mid June or so.
Oh, that quickly?
Yeah, June or July. They'll be doing pullets. Little bitty eggs.
No kidding! I didn't realize they started with a smaller.
Several months, yeah. A few months.
At what point do the eggs become large enough to
I eat them all. They're all good. Pullet eggs are great. They're about the size of a quail egg, but they're delicious.
How many make a mess?
About a dozen.
Have you learned any lessons from?
Keep your chickens up. Because there are a lot of predators. I live in the country. I mean, I lost a chicken to a hawk. I had a hawk came down and took one. That's why they call them chicken hawks, I guess.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, it took one of my chickens, and foxes, they'll get in there and get your chickens. So will raccoons, and a lot of things are predators to your chickens if they're out. And so a dog, it was unexpected, and we had a service, a small service.
Not for the dog.
No. In the name of the Father and the Son and in the hole you go. So that's kind of how that went. So we had a mass burial of the chicken. We should have plucked them and
Well, I feel bad now though that
you should
that you aren't bringing chicken eggs or any eggs today.
There's no eggs to bring. I'm sorry.
Well,
I can bring you some feathers if you'd like. I could probably rake up some feathers. I got feathers everywhere.
Were the chicken? I mean, did you throw them in a pot or anything afterward? Did they go to a good cause?
I guess you can call it compost, pretty much. No, there's a nearby woods, and then it's circle of life. Circle of life.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Pray if you can, sin if you must.
Len,
I don't know why I said that. Don't forget the big show tonight.
I don't think anybody heard you.
Orson Welles, Kitty Wells, Wells Fargo, Fargo, Don Pardo, Tojo Yamamoto, and the inimitable Charlie Chaplin. And only the girls wear tights and rights.
Enjoy the historical club meeting tonight.
I'll be there with bells on.
That's Len Wells. I'm Bruce Dickey. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great day. We'll see y'all next time.